WDXE News, on the air since 1951. This is The Legend. 105.3, 95.3, WDXE.
Speaking of legends,
Keith Durham's in the house.
Stanley Wilson's in the house, and Keith Durham's trying to be one.
We're legends in our own mind.
Yeah.
Legends in our own mind. That's right. That's right. Stanley, how are you, my friend?
I'm good.
It's been 2 weeks since
2 weeks, yeah. We missed a...
I missed you last week. Now, were you in here last week with somebody?
No, I did not come in.
You didn't come in either?
No.
Okay.
I came in on Thursday. I missed you.
Well, I saw that.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was different.
Okay. Different but good?
She's you
She's
know how
different.
Charlotte is. She
Charlotte.
tries to lead you into conversations you don't want to be in. So,
You had Charlotte in here.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Exactly.
interesting.
Yeah, she said that she was Miss Know-It-All.
yes, she was Miss Know-It-All last week.
Oh, well. And that don't mean that I'm married to her in any way, shape,
Oh, no,
form, or
no.
fashion.
You just work for the same company.
It is 8:09 here, and it is the Harvest Financial Hour. That's
Yes.
right. And, of course, Stanley
I'm about
here
to start
will
wearing
help
some...
you with your financial needs.
Yeah.
How about your financial planning?
931-242-4495.
Yeah, but we're going to wing it today a little bit, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to wing it. And of course, the lines are always open, 766-9393, if somebody wants to chime in and talk with us. A lot of stuff happening. By the way, the county commission met last night, and, of course, the big thing on the agenda was the moratorium, but I don't want to talk about that just yet because there was some other stuff that happened that was really cool.
Okay.
I was there because of my grandson,
Yeah.
Shepard Story. Shepard was in the 8U ball team, Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, they won the state championship.
Ooh.
Cal Ripken State Championship in the 8U. And not only him, but two other age group teams from Lawrence County won state championships too.
Oh, wow.
So there were three baseball teams there, different age groups, that were honored because they won the state championship.
Yeah.
And then there were some Beta Club members there that had done some special stuff, and they were recognized as well. And Boone Gobble, who is the National Beta Club president, was elected that here
Wow.
from Lawrence County, and he
Yeah.
was honored as well. So they did. There was a huge crowd for not only those ball teams, but the moratorium as well. So it was a big, big crowd there.
Good deal.
Last night, and I didn't get to stay for the whole. Hello, Emily. I'll have to get that later. I'll have to get that later. But anyway, it was good to see a lot of people, and it was really neat to see. And I was like just amazed. Think about it. Those teams. There was 8U. I don't know if it was 9 or 10 or 11. Anyway, 3 different age group boys that won state championships, all from Lawrence County.
Yeah.
And not only did they all win, they dominated.
Yeah.
It was so. I was sitting next to Darrell Watson,
Yeah.
and I poked him. I said, "Man, we got a powerhouse baseball thing going on here."
Oh, we're feared. Lawrence County's feared in baseball, and we've throughout the years. And Stanley, you may have been involved in this with the Babe Ruth tournaments here and
Oh,
Babe
yeah, I
Ruth World
remember.
Series and stuff. You
Yeah.
know, we're known for our baseball here.
It is. It is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And listen, I got to go when to watch my grandson.
Yeah.
It was up in Donaldson where they held the state championship.
Yeah.
And all those teams were up there, so there were Lawrence County people all over the place, and it was just a lot of fun. It was hot. Oh my gosh, it was hot.
I can imagine.
But we had such a good time. And listen, my grandson Shepard, his favorite thing was not just playing ball, but he said, when we won, Papa, he said, we all did a dog pile. He said that was the most
That's the
fun.
best thing.
That's what they were looking forward to.
I hadn't been dogpiled or been in a dog pile in a long
But
time.
you know how they do when they win the
Yeah.
series, man. They all get on the field and just do a big dog
Yeah,
pile.
it's great for everybody except the guy on the bottom. It's tough.
Oh, that was his most fun thing.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Did they have turf on the field up in Donaldson?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No, and the ball field and facility there is in the glide path of the airport.
Oh, so you got to see all the
Planes. I mean, they don't tell how many planes came over, and some of them look like you could almost throw a baseball and hit them.
Yeah, that's neat.
Well, talking about the turf, we have it here in Lawrence County.
Yeah,
now.
we do.
And a couple of weeks ago, we had the American Legion playing there, and then over at Bobby Brewer, the Kyle Ripken was playing over there. So,
Yeah.
and they were talking about. I was asking them, if they were staying here in town and so forth, and they said both the new hotels were full.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
The Richland Inn was full. So,
Yeah.
It brings visitors here.
Oh, yeah.
Spend money
we may need to build another hotel.
yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Probably
Or
do.
we can just go up higher on those.
Nah, we need to build another one.
Well, when we had back in 2015 when we had the Babe Ruth World Series here, we had people staying all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of
They
here
sure
in
did.
Lawrenceburg.
They stayed all over the place, stayed in people's homes.
Yeah, well, actually, that was the first year they didn't allow that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. They did it one time.
They did, yeah, and they went. I think they got away from that, but that was kind of a way for parents to save money for host families to come in and
Right.
Take care of the players, and they fed them and housed them and so forth. And
Yeah.
a lot of those families still have relationships with
Oh, yeah.
those kids.
Yeah, we're some of them. We had two of the guys from California.
Really?
Yeah.
That was cool.
And we're still friends with them on Facebook. We keep up with them. They're out of college now and
That's neat.
and
That's
grown.
neat. A lot of we're connected in so many ways now.
Yeah.
In my job, I get to meet people from different around
Sure.
the country because they're moving here or maybe just looking. Maybe they don't end up here, but they look here.
Right.
I got to meet a guy, and I wish I had his name. We keep up with each other sometimes on Facebook, and I can't think of his name right now. But he was a Hollywood stuntman.
Oh, really?
And he named off different shows that he was part of and did. And then there's another gentleman. He's passed and gone now, but he was a horseman. He lived up in Columbia in his later years, and he was in a lot of old westerns, and he handled the horses in the wagons.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool.
That is
cool.
neat.
That is neat.
Oh, the guy that's the stunt man, I can't remember. Gosh,
Did he look like somebody?
yeah, he looked like Don Johnson.
Oh, wow. Was he Don Johnson's stuntman?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's
That's
double.
cool.
Yeah, and he has a pet buffalo out in California.
Well, you would think of all places you couldn't have a buffalo.
He has
as
a
pet.
buffalo.
So if he moves to Tennessee, is he going to bring his buffalo? You
Well,
think?
I don't think he's moving. He threatened to, but I don't think he hadn't made it yet. So
Well, how's he get that thing on the elevator?
I
I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of movie production and TV production moving away from California.
Oh, yeah, they
Georgia,
are.
Georgia's been for the last 20 years or so. They've been doing
Well,
a lot of things over there.
there's a mass exodus of California and Oregon,
Oh yeah,
Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, there's people leaving there. New York.
yeah. Seattle was trying to tax people. These corporations that were leaving, they were trying to tax them a couple of years after they had already moved.
Yeah.
So
This has been going on for a long time. I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh. And when Rush started out, he was in New York, one of the studios. He had or at least he had a place there.
Yeah.
And he, of course, moved to Florida and did his show from Florida. And they still tried to tax him too. He talked about how that New York was after him all the time.
Yeah. Well, Mondami now released the names and addresses of the people that's going to be hit by the wealth tax. And so that was pretty controversial. And there's a lot of controversial stuff going on.
And not only that, he was targeted by the IRS every year.
Really?
They audited him every year.
That's because he was on the radio saying stuff, so
They would audit him every year.
they probably quit in 16 and started back in 21 and then stopped in 26.
Oh,
25.
wow. Gosh, knock on wood, help me. I hope I never have to face that. Not that I'm hiding anything. I just don't want to deal with that.
I know.
What, an audit?
An audit.
So
yeah.
what you do is that you put a desk up in the attic, and they can sit up there with no air conditioner or whatever. You bring them whatever they ask for. That's right.
This is where you have to be.
Yeah.
Well, I have mine done by somebody else anyway, so I'll just say you have to.
There you
talk
go.
There you go. I can't do them. I guess I could, but I ain't going to.
Well, it's ridiculous how the forms are now. It should be, your whatever you got, 10%, give it to the government and go on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You got to have a college degree
Yeah.
and certified to fill out just a regular Joe Blow like me's taxes.
It will never happen, but I have always been for just a flat tax.
Yeah, I'm okay
That's
with
what I'm
that.
saying. 10% and go on.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever happen because they give up too much control to do
Yeah.
that.
Sales tax is the most fair tax.
Yeah.
Property tax is not. I learned a long time ago as mayor that property tax is really not a fair tax, and in reality, I know the way it was for the city budget, is that the property tax was the income stream from it was less than 10% of our total income at the city. So you couldn't tax your way out of any bad situation that you got into, you know, because the property tax is the only tax that cities are authorized to impose. And so it's a lose-lose situation.
Well, you know, that brings up kind of an interesting conversation, maybe. Mm-hmm. The city government, the county government, they have to work within the framework of the law and what's there.
That's right.
You know, you have sometimes when people are campaigning and you hear politicians say, I'm going to do what the people want.
Yeah.
That's a bad promise.
Well,
because because the people may want something that's outside of their power to do.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you're working within a limited framework of government power, and you can't just make promises that you'll do what the people want. You have to work. I mean, you can listen to their concerns, and you can, of course, we have a right to petition, and all that to peacefully assemble, all that kind of.
Sure.
And I'm for all that.
Yeah.
But you can't have just mob rule.
I agree. You know, one of the things that I hear a lot is, hey, you know, I'm a businessman. I'm going to run the city like a business. Or I'm going to run my portion like a business. That's true to a point, but you really can't do that, especially in local government, because, you know, when you're in business, you have profit centers, and you know, and you either live or die based on the profit of your business, you know. But in city government, it's not like that at all, because you have segments of government that generate no income whatsoever. I mean, you got a fire department, that's a dead expense to the city. You got a police department, that's typically a dead expense to the city.
Yeah, that's not a criticism, that's a reality.
That's reality.
And we want those services.
And that's what tax dollars need to go to fund is public safety, and part of the public safety is fire safety. And I'll tell you, City of Lawrenceburg is a first responder city, which means if you have a heart attack or whatever, the fire trucks roll your way too.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, when I was mayor, I still call them my guys.
Yeah.
You want my guys to show up because they are trained and they know what to do.
Yeah.
And so it's good that they do that. But you know, they really don't have any means of generating income. No. And fire trucks, the biggest check I ever wrote as mayor was a check for a fire truck. I mean, those things are expensive.
Well, yeah, they are.
They're $1 million expensive.
Yeah.
At the minimum, you know. And so when you need 4 or 5 of those, and you need 4 or 5 of them every 5 or 6 years, that's pretty tall order. And so, you know, you've got to set aside your property taxes to pay for things like that. I can remember when I don't mean to get off on this tangent, but when I first went to City Hall, it was a long time ago. It was back in 2007. Yeah. Actually, it was back in 2003. Yeah. Because I was councilman 4 years before I became mayor. But the city of Lawrenceburg really used to sit around and wait on Murray, Ohio to pay their taxes. And so in the fall, the city would do what's called a tax anticipation note. Yeah. And they would borrow money to pay payroll and whatever until Murray, Ohio paid their tax. Well, guess what? When I became mayor, Murray, Ohio left. I mean, it wasn't because I became mayor. They were on their way out. They got, you know the whole.
They said, "Hey, he's fixing to be mayor."
Holy cow, this dude's an idiot. We're leaving town. So, no, you know, it was the world was moving to China. Yeah. You know, it was just a devastating time for our city, and to no longer have that income stream coming from Murray, we had to do something different altogether. Yeah. And it was really tough times. We were in a lot of debt. The city was in a lot of debt, and we made the decision: we're not going to do a tax anticipation note. We're going to tough it out. And so we didn't, and we toughed it out, and it took a while to catch up. It took 12 years. To catch up, to be honest with you. And so, you know, we were blessed that other companies did come in. The city was able to help establish some different companies inside the Murray building. And, you know, basically you had a white elephant in your backyard, and it was just not a.
It took a while, but it's finally.
Yeah.
know.
But I guess I got on that tangent because I was saying you can't run a city like you run a business, because if you had profit centers in your business that never made a profit, you'd get rid of them tomorrow.
Well, I mean, yeah, if it was exactly like a business, it would just have to close.
That's right. You'd have to close that segment down. We're no longer going to be in the fire business or police
I mean,
business.
government's not made for profit. I mean,
That's right.
All the money that you take in needs to go back to the people in
That's correct.
some form or fashion.
In the
I mean, it's good to
services.
have reserves and emergency and all that, but
That's right. So, you know, the state requires you to have so much in reserves. Otherwise, they want to try to flex their arm. And so if you don't have this much in reserve, we're going to come down and run your city for you. Well, I've never seen that done. You know, you can
when you
say it's a bunch of bull.
your first year you were there, you said you were a council member for 4 years, so you kind of knew what the job of the mayor was. But the state also has rules that you have to abide by, right?
That's correct, yes.
So, you know, you want to go out and campaign. You want to do what's good for the people, and I'm going to do what Jeff was saying. I'm going to do whatever the people tell me to do.
Yeah.
But you really can't do that because you're kind of handcuffed with what the rules of the state are.
Yeah, you're right to a certain extent there. You know, obviously, most of the state rules have to do to try to keep you from misspending and misusing the power that the people have given you. And it's really not a position of power. I never thought of it as a position of power at all. But to be honest with you, the mayor is probably the most powerful position in the county, because the county executive doesn't even have a vote on the county board. The county executive is a higher position, but it does, you know, they don't carry a vote at all. And so, but the mayor does. And what's neat is that inside the city of Lawrenceburg, you only have, you've got 4 commissioners and the mayor. And so that means if 3 of you agree on anything, you can get stuff done. Whereas at the county side, you've got 18 county commissioners. So I think 10 have to agree on anything to get anything done. That's pretty tough. That's a pretty tall
I've
order.
never understood that. Then I was told recently that the state mandates each county have at least 9 commissioners.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know the state law on that. I know that we used to have fewer, I believe. I'm for, you know, in the county, I've heard the debate, well, let's drop back to 9 commissioners. And I'm okay with that. But if you want to keep on having 18 commissioners, I would rather drop back to 9 districts with 2 commissioners each. Because what that does is that most of the county commission areas, they have a finger into, if you look at the map of their districts, they finger into the city of Lawrenceburg and gerrymander it out where they have enough constituents in a district, you know. So, for instance, I'm on the election commission, and so you have to have a polling place in every district. And so we have some people in the city of Lawrenceburg that live over on Thomas Street, for instance. If you live on Thomas Street, you've got to go all the way out to Valley Road to vote. If you live on 9th Street in Lawrenceburg, you got to go all the way to New Prospect to vote. And you could go to First Baptist Church and vote, or you used to go to Ingram South School and vote. You know, you've got closer places, but yet the way it's gerrymandered, you got to travel to do that. And so, and it's like that in any countywide election that you vote for, and so that you vote in. And even back in the day, the city had its own election. Well, it was held at the county polling place. So if you're just having a city-only election, you had to travel outside the city to go vote. So it could be done a little bit better, I think. You know, if they wanted to keep 18 commissioners, that's cool. I would just make 9 districts with 2 commissioners each, and keep 18
What
commissioners.
if the 2 commissioners vote opposite of each other?
That's just the way the cookie crumbles. You know,
Okay.
that's the way government works.
That's the way it works.
And
right?
you know, I know a lot of people say, well, you know, that guy's weird, or those people are weird. But you know, our country, you know, the Constitution itself, it structures our government of the people for the people, and sometimes that looks weird, you know. Sometimes of the people for the people is not me, and it's not you, and it's
by the people too.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, maybe you get somebody that's a little bit crazy in there. Well, guess what? That's just the way it is, you know. And that's the way it happens sometimes.
Mom Dummy.
Well, that's a little bit extreme, I think.
You doggone right, it's extreme.
So, but he got duly elected, you know.
He got elected.
And as much as I hate it, I can't complain because I believe in the system.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely. We have to.
as long as it was a fair election, I'm good with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair election.
There you go.
You know, the sad thing about that is, and I hadn't seen, I think I heard this one time, and I can't remember exactly the numbers, but it was an extremely low number of people that even voted that could have voted in New York.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt that.
I mean, so he was voted in as mayor by very, very few people compared to the number of people in New York.
Yeah.
So what gets me though is I think it points to the future, you know, and I guess that's why I'm glad I'm getting older is because maybe I won't be around when it turns that way. But you know, we basically, and I saw this when I was mayor too. We got a society that leans so heavily on government, you know, and it should be the other way around.
It should be.
Henry David Thoreau says the government that governs best governs the least, and I really do.
I'm 100% with that.
Yes.
I really am. And
Well, you
anyway.
know, back years ago, it was people didn't want to take government aid. They were ashamed of it. Now it's a badge of honor.
Yeah.
You know, I got a check. I'm getting my check now.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at a household. This was in 1990, and this young girl had graduated high school. I said, "What are you gonna go to cosmetology school or trade school or something? You know, and what's your plans?" She goes, "Oh no, I'm gonna get me a check like my mama did." And I'm like,
Well, that's
good grief.
Well,
That's what
we've
and that was in 1990.
yeah,
created a what's called a dependent class.
Yeah.
sure,
And evidently on purpose
yeah.
by some.
Well, and then there's people in government that wants that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, I think what would they need to do in government classes is not teach the structure of government, but teach the where government is funded from. Here's how government is funded. Government is funded by companies that have folks that go to work every day and pay their taxes, and companies pay their taxes.
Yeah, I was going to say that just earlier. The government does not have any of its own money.
So I'm for this.
You're right.
It has none of its own money.
And that's the problem is that you've got these bureaucrats that in there that have never worked outside of the government, and they just think that if you're a businessman, you owe taxes. You're making a fortune. You need to pay more taxes, and that's just the way they see it. They don't know how money is created.
That's right. You know, I wish that we had the option of not having our payroll taxes automatically deducted,
Yeah.
and let the government feel what it's like. You know,
If you had to wait on somebody to write a check.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Well, for those of us who are self-employed, you have to write the check.
Yeah, you got to write the check, and then
We have to pay 15.3%.
You're lucky.
No, that's just the FICA tax. That's just the Social Security and Medicare.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Then you got to pay federal taxes on
Yeah,
top
that's
of
what
that.
I was talking about. Yeah. So it's yeah, and then you got to prepay that, don't you? It's,
Yeah, they want a quarterly payment from
yeah,
it.
they want a
Well,
quarterly
if you
payment.
don't do the quarterly payments, you get penalized for not doing
penalized.
it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I have a researched Social Security back in, I think it was 1936. And I mentioned the lady that got her first Social Security check. But the rules, I can't find it right now. I had it when Ronnie Allen was here. I had it. But it was like 1%. That was it. 1% of your pay went to Social Security.
Right.
Now it's 15.3%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I hope Social Security stays funded because you know what, I paid in my whole life, and I'm not going to be ashamed to take Social Security, and nobody should be because you paid it in, and
You
that's
paid it
something.
in.
They're talking about there's only like 72 more months before a benefit's going to be cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Somebody
that.
wants to chime in with us maybe and talk with us. Hey, good morning. You want to talk with us?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You're on.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, this is Mark from Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. How you doing today, guys?
Good.
Doing great.
Hey, I watched your debate with the two ladies representing the anti-data centers, and I want to congratulate you for a good interview. You were first time I've ever seen anything when these ladies come up to say things that challenge on anything, and I wanted to say you did a good job on that interview.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Also wanted to offer a little context with this whole argument with the data centers.
Okay.
My family moved to Columbia, Tennessee in the early 1970s, and my stepfather was a bulldozer operator working on the Columbia Dam project.
Yes.
We had a stepfather. My mother was a stay-at-home mom because my stepfather was working the union on that job site and was able to make enough money for us to have a stay-at-home mom. And he was, basically we were able to purchase a little small house, little ranch house with 2 cars, and my mother didn't have to work, and she was at home every day when I got home from school, and that was a really good time. And of course, when the environmentalists came in on that project and made it political,
Yes.
they used the snail darter to basically put a stop to that whole dam project, and they put a lot of guys like my stepfather out of work, and we were no longer able to be a one paycheck family. My mother had to go to work for Tennessee Farm Bureau up there in Columbia for $500 a month just to supplement our income.
Right.
And no longer was my mom at home waiting on us when we got home from school.
Right.
We were all of a sudden latchkey kids when we were a different kind of family before that. And it was all because of a snail darter fish, and it was the whole arguments on the anti-dam setter side of the same arguments that stopped that Columbia Dam project. And identical. Okay, it's bad for the environment. It's going to kill the snail darter. Blah 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 blah.
I like that.
All that was back then was an attack from the left of this country, the liberals of this country, to affect our ability to produce electricity to keep our manufacturing and everything else alive in this country.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It wasn't snail darter. They didn't give a crap about that snail darter.
Yeah.
They wanted to stop our country from being able to be a worldwide leader in production, and the way of doing that was to stop our generation of electricity.
Yeah.
And my stepfather had to pay the price. My family had to pay the price because when that project was stopped and my stepfather no longer made $500 a week, all of a sudden our family broke apart. His dignity within himself was affected. He could no longer support his family the way he could.
Yeah.
There was arguments.
What a great
in our
point.
family.
Yeah.
There was violence in our family. People.
He's breaking up.
You're breaking up, but great point. Thank you so much for calling us.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, man. It's funny that he mentioned that.
All right,
because
go ahead.
I actually thought about the exact same thing. I really, really did. I
Yeah.
promise you, I thought about it because I remember this. And the snail darter, oh my gosh, that was the only place in the world that they found those snail darters.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a lie.
Yeah.
We found out later that, no, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're exactly right. Yeah.
And now Columbia wishes they'd built the dam.
Oh yeah, and not
Long-
only that,
yeah.
they not only wish they built the dam, they had to spend $500 million to go pump water from somewhere else because they don't have the dam.
Yeah, that's right.
My
exactly
goodness.
Right. That's exactly right. And the alarming that went off about that, there was another example that I thought of too. You remember the spotted owl?
Oh yeah.
And oh my gosh, this place where they were going to make this development, this is the only place that the spotted owl could nest, and
Yeah.
it was going to kill the spotted owl. Well, lo and behold, the thing's nest in the corner of a building.
Well, yeah, and I'll add another one to that. So when I was mayor, we were building the new college down here.
Yeah.
And we had a group come in and saying that we're interrupting the path of the monarch butterfly. That field is a field where the monarch butterfly lands and on their migration path. And and it was, are you being serious? So there's opposition to everything, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So
they're alarming people, in my opinion, unnecessarily. And I'm not just talking about the data center. I'm talking about in general things like this.
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that happens. Well, so since you're alarmed about things, what about these flock cameras? Have you seen any of them?
Well, I've seen cameras around. I don't know if they're flock cameras or not. But
All right, so on our red lights, we have just regular cameras. People ask when I was mayor, it's like, hey, do you have a video of that wreck that happened? No, we don't. At the time I was mayor, they didn't. All they did was change the light. They noticed traffic. But if you go down to where the Quick Mart is on Springer Road by Manual Church, where I go to church, there's a black camera on that pole, and it's a flock camera. And so it's getting everybody's car tags, and now they're saying it's not just getting your car tags; it can see inside the car, and it's getting facial recognition and stuff like that as you're driving down the road.
So who do they belong to?
Federal government has given the initiative to put those things out, and it's supposed to help law enforcement and stuff. Like if you got a car tag from somebody that's maybe kidnapped somebody, and I see the good out of it. If they've got kidnapped somebody and they're just running and driving away, well, that thing can track. Those flock cameras can track your path of where you've gone. You know,
as long as you pass by one.
Yeah, as long as you pass by one.
Yeah.
And we've got. I know we've got at least one in town. We may have more. But I know we got at least one, and it's out on the corner of Springer Road down there. And I don't know why it's on the old highway. You know, who goes out the old road? You know,
I don't know. I hadn't really. I've heard it. I've heard people talking about it. I haven't got overly concerned about it either way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're driving around not doing anything, there's no foul, no harm, I guess. You know,
I'm not running from the police anyway.
No, me either. And usually I wave at everybody anyway, so I don't care if you see me out or what. You know,
It's just when they make a mistake.
Yeah, it's when they make a mistake, and I've seen that on YouTube.
I have too.
Yeah,
they
where
pull somebody over and it's not the right person.
Yeah. And they hang their hat on that flock camera. They take you to jail and stuff. You know, it's like, well, we got probable cause because of this. And
technology is getting just unreal.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you and I played with some of the technology.
And those flock cameras go straight to a data center somewhere.
They go right straight to the data center. They sure do. Hey, good morning. How are you?
I want to tie 2 or 3 things in that was said yesterday and today. You know how you talked about Jacob bidding you about a gap year for boys, or boys and girls when they first get out of high school, trying to decide what they want to do.
Right.
But one of the things you have to remember with that is they need to be covered with insurance, and this ties in with, okay, I'm going to try to get it without going around the world. But the man called in a while ago about it costing his family, but for what cost his, there may be something generated for somebody else. And to me, the balancing act for the politician and the people is you've got to see what affects most of the people, because I think they had a similar situation down in North Alabama when they were building the dam back down there. TVA was some of the same argument. But I wanted to go into something I decided to put in. I have read that 10% of the population only makes, and I can't remember if it was households or individuals, but you can do it both ways, $200,000 or more. And it's only something around 10%, approximately 10%, maybe 12%, which means the other 90%, either households or individuals, you have to check on it, make less than that. And this would give you a better figure of what's going out, because that 10% that makes over $200,000 would probably include your billionaires that are U.S. citizens and, you know, really the high-level professionals. And this will give you a better idea. Number one, put in median income and average income, and it'll give you some real insight into what they can afford and what they can't. Where Stanley comes in, like if they say 40% of your adjusted gross or your gross income, it makes you realize why a lot of people cannot afford to get a car now, or they can't afford to get a house. But I wanted to throw that out. And another thing for women, like this man that called in, most women will work in their life whether they want to or not.
Right.
And it may be after they're older or younger, and I think that you really do need to study some of this stuff. You know, you push people to get married, have kids, but they're not prepared if they can't support a family. Just wanted to throw those ideas out.
All right, thank you. Thank you. She's always got a lot of ideas, very much so.
Yeah,
and
very insightful.
What I thought, let's see.
So I looked it up. So if you people that make $200,000, households, if you count the whole household, is 14 to 16% of the households in America. But if you go down to individual workers, 2 to 3%.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to have this statistic right, but it's going to be close. the top 10% of wage earners pay 90% of all income taxes paid in the United States.
Sure. Yep.
I agree.
I'm not even going to look it up. I'm just going to agree.
It's amazing, and I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess what we're saying is the more you tax
What they're trying to do is say the rich need to pay their fair share.
They want more.
But don't they pay more anyway on the front end?
They do. And I forget, I heard this from Elon Musk, for instance.
Yeah.
They like to say he doesn't pay anything in income taxes, but he pays billions in taxes.
Yeah.
They're just not in the income category of personal income.
Right.
He pays billions.
Sure,
in
I
taxes.
can't imagine what
His
Tesla, the company's
his
paying.
companies pays billions in taxes. So it's deceptive to say that Elon Musk doesn't pay taxes.
Well, and then you got to think about this is that Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He's a trillionaire. That don't mean he's got $1 trillion in the bank.
No.
His assets, are $1 trillion or more, and that might count holdings and properties and all that kind of stuff.
And like him or not, Stanley, he's providing jobs for thousands of people.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Is that he's creating these jobs who are paying taxes. Those
That's
people
right.
are paying taxes.
That's Sure. right.
But if you remember when Trump got in the first time in 2017, one of the first things he did was he lowered the corporate tax rate. And what that did was it brought corporations back to America. There was a lot of corporations when they raised the tax rates up, they left America and they left and took jobs with them.
Yeah.
But when they lowered the corporate tax rate, boom, a lot of companies
Sure.
started coming back, and that created more jobs. So you can't, there's going back again, those people in government that's never worked in the private sector, the only job
Bernie
they've ever
Sanders.
Yes.
had. Yeah. they just think we need to tax, we need to tax, we need to tax. But when you don't tax, you get more production, which means you get more taxes in the long run.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the same thing goes with the city. Is that you can't raise property taxes enough to cover your budget shortfalls, so you have to incentivize companies enough to come and do business in your community where they can pay corporate taxes, or you have to do things that attract retail where people from other places come in and shop in Lawrenceburg, and that's really what happens in Lawrenceburg.
Well, let me ask you this.
And we got a lot of good positive things happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
That are helping.
Sure.
That is helping ours.
When I go out of town into a hotel, stay at a hotel somewhere, there's always that lodging tax.
Yeah.
Do we have that in Lawrenceburg?
So here's the deal. Back when I was mayor, the rule of thumb was, or actually the rule of law is that only one entity could tax the hotel, and it was the city or the county, whichever was first. And the county was already taxing the hotel, so the city could not.
Okay.
So, and that might have changed since it's been a long time since I've been mayor, so that may have changed already.
Well, I just thought, with my story about a couple of weeks ago with the baseball teams coming here and the hotels being full. That's.
Oh yeah, well they got everything, resort fees and all.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But it's good to, people, when they put that artificial turf out there, it was able to, if it rained, of course, like all the rain we've had in July here, but they could go back and resume the games very quickly without
Sure.
having to postpone for the whole day.
Yeah.
Just had a thought. David Crockett State Park.
Yep.
They have those
Cabins.
Yeah.
that people rent out, which is similar to a hotel room.
Right.
Are they subject to the taxes because they're state owned?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
That's a good question.
Or did the state exempt themselves out of paying the city tax or the county tax?
Well,
Hey, and that brings up another aspect of this. So I don't believe that government needs to be involved where private businesses can thrive. So
they're in competition.
in competition, especially.
right.
That's exactly right.
I agree with that.
So some of us might be a little upset that the Crockett restaurant closed down, and but in reality, what that was the state in competition with every other
Exactly.
restaurant in town. And I guess, but
I never had really thought about that.
yeah,
Well, Milton Friedman, who was a well-known economist, that's what his argument was, that government should not be in competition with private business.
Yeah.
Government should be there for services, just like the police and the fire and so forth. But when you have a restaurant like you were mentioning in Crockett, even if they were making money out there,
Yeah.
it's still competing with the restaurants locally.
yeah,
But if they lost money out there, they didn't go out of business. They just got more money the next year in their budget.
Right.
But evidently, they've lost so much money now, they just said, we're done.
All right, so where's the line? So when I was mayor, there was a big push to have a recreational center. All right, it would bring in so much income to the city. You could have an indoor swim pool. Our seniors are having to go to Pulaski to swim inside.
Yeah.
And it would be such a great thing for a city. And my take was, if it's a good thing, it's good for private business. It's good
Yeah.
for somebody to build and capitalize on that. The city doesn't have to build that. If it's a good idea and it's going to float and it's going to do all these good things, that's good for private business to do
Well,
that.
I've always thought we should have a YMCA.
Sure.
And that way, you give a service to the citizens here.
Yeah.
And give them something, a YMCA, all the things that they do. So
Yeah.
Well, who's behind the YMCA? It's not government run.
I think it's
I'm not sure. I'll look and see.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I
had
think
never even thought about
like
it.
I think it's nonprofit,
It's a nonprofit deal.
I believe.
And Columbia's got a big YMCA.
But I always thought that
We'll find out.
that lot when the lot was in the Lions Club and the area.
It says it's a
behind Kroger.
non-governmental federation of independent, operated, community-based nonprofit organizations.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. There's been some talk about it here before from some individuals. I remember it being talked about with some people that I know, but I don't think it ever got legs.
well, I hope it wasn't just because of me, but I just held tight to my belief that, if it was good for our community and could be profitable, and the sell point was it would bring so many tax dollars into the city, and that's all good and true. But if that's the case, then that's good for business and not the city.
Okay, interesting. We got another good 10 minutes anyway here,
Okay.
boys, and we haven't mentioned a lot that we are here because of Stanley.
Well, we should remind everybody that it's time to vote. The
early
election's
voting
coming
is
around.
going on, yeah.
And I get tickled at this. Have you seen some of these commercials, especially between Marcia and John Rose?
I haven't seen a lot
Somebody
of
said I was on a John Rose commercial. I've gotten a few texts that, hey, I just saw you on a John Rose commercial.
Really?
And I thought, well, that's pretty cool.
I haven't seen it, but that's cool.
They asked me for a soundbite. He was in town for a something Marcia doesn't do. He had a town hall meeting with people and come up and asking questions and everything. And so anyway, I got to be a part of that, and I was honored to be a part of that. And so anyway, but is our state being overran by illegals, criminal illegals? I mean, that seems to be their topic. Is that just a talking point or what?
It may be up in the metro areas, but not
Yeah.
as much down here.
I don't see where is our bait shops being overrun by squirrels. I don't understand that. I mean,
Well, she's got that commercial where she crunches up the fortune cookie.
yeah, I mean,
That's the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen.
let me get you. Let me talk about that commercial.
You
a
need to
minute.
talk about that commercial.
I mean, what you want to talk about? She's in a Chinese restaurant, and she's talking about being tough on the Chinese.
I know. She just lost the Chinese vote right there.
I mean, that's
I don't know who's the marketing genius that decided that was
Yeah.
a good idea, but
And-
it's
and
not
like-
a good
it's
idea.
like, let me show you how tough I'm going to be on China. And she's cracking these, what's it called? Fortune cookies. Every toddler in America can crack open a fortune cookie, And what she should have done is pulled it out and should have said something like, you need to stop what you're doing or whatever. But somebody get her some Jergens lotion. She needs to rub some lotion on her arms or something, man. It was just, my my goodness. I mean, I get different things out of commercials, you know. So. But
How long she started out where? She
started out in Mississippi. She's a Mississippian.
Okay.
Who moved to Tennessee just to get elected, and so.
Well, she was.
I don't know that.
let me look it up. What was her first office here, though?
Let me see. She was. I don't know.
Was she a congresswoman first and then a senator? I think so. She was congresswoman first, and was she in state government first?
So she's from Laurel, Mississippi.
I can't remember, but
I don't either.
but she's been in government a long time, and I think one of the best commercials is one of them is opposing her and says now she wants to retire as governor.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a graduate of Mississippi State, so that's that could be. There, I got some folks at work that are big Mississippi State fans, so we sort of get on.
Hey, listen. Speaking of something like you, just made me think of football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Football's not far away.
It's not.
I'm beginning to think about football.
Well, next Thursday, Kaufman kicks off.
Really?
Yeah.
That fast?
That fast.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday night.
Well, I was thinking about college football is only about 30, 35 or 6 or 8 days away, something like that.
And high school is right behind it. We have a jamboree the week after, 2 weeks from now, I believe.
Oh my gosh! Okay. Well, so
I have to get all the schedules.
high school football is on its way. That's good. That's good. We got well. Let's see. Summertown's playing football now. Loretta been playing for a long time in Lawrence County High School. We got 3 football teams, high school football teams here.
Yep, we do.
Plus the E.O. Kaufman team.
Yep. And South Lawrence.
And does South Lawrence have a football team?
Mm-hmm.
I did not
the
know.
Stallions.
I did not know that.
Kaufman's the Panthers.
Yeah.
Not the Little Cats, but the Panthers.
The Panthers. That's right. I was a Kaufman Panther.
Were you?
Fullback.
Ooh.
Yeah. And nose guard.
Did you play? Where'd you?
You know,
where were y'all's games at?
I'll tell you a quick story. We played. We had a good team. We only lost to Columbia Whitthorne. We won every other game, and at the end of the season, Columbia Whitthorne was invited to play a bowl game against Brentwood Academy and refused to go. So they said, "Well, let's call E.O. Kaufman and see if this was a story I was told.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true or not, but the coach told us this. And if I told you who the coach was, you wouldn't believe it. But anyway, Calvin Moore. So whether the story is true or not, he told us that Whitthorne wouldn't go play Brentwood. We'll know if we wanted to. And of course, we got rah-rah, said, yeah, we will. They beat us 40-0.
That's why they didn't go.
They beat us up one side, down the field the other. So
Where did y'all play your games at? Alumni Field?
yeah, down
Behind
there.
the-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we played down there. Gosh, this is a long time ago, buddy. I'm old.
Well, I've heard. I mean, I'm kind of interested in what the atmosphere was like, but even back when they first started the high school games there in Alumni Field. Coach Gaines, buddy of mine. He played down there.
Yeah, I love Coach. We go to church together. By the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got a few memories of that field, and it was always cold watching football there from my memories. And but I remember having hot chocolate on those stands on the side of that hill, watching football.
I went to the Clinic Bowl when we went to the Clinic Bowl, and it was freezing cold.
Oh gosh, did you play?
No, I wasn't.
You're too young for that.
No, I was there. I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
But I wasn't on the team then.
But you were a fullback in middle school, but you dropped football.
I dropped football. I should have kept playing, but I did. And I dropped it. But anyway, what I was going to tell is that we played. I can't remember who we played now. Bill Adams was fullback. Coach Adams' boy, and good friend of mine now.
Yeah.
And Rick Lanning, quarterback.
I was going to say Rick was probably the quarterback.
Yeah, and we had a great team, but we got beat up there. It was cold day. Tom Wilson was one of the running backs too. You remember Tom?
Yeah, I know the name. Yep.
Yeah, and we had a great football team. Sure did. I was in the band at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to playing music. So.
Interesting story about Coach Gaines. One year he coached football all by himself. He had no assistants.
Oh, really?
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yep.
So what year? What are you talking about? 1975. Says Lawrenceburg played Maplewood.
Yeah, Maplewood. That's who it was.
We got romped, didn't we?
We did.
29-0.
Yeah, they were big. Shoot, they had one player that was as big as 5 of ours.
We tied. He just hold out his hands and clothesline the whole.
I'm 100% serious. That was a monster on the field down there.
Was it Mongo?
Oh my gosh!
Mongo play football.
They come out and they're like, they come out and they said, "Man, what a team!" I said, "That's just one of them."
Oh my gosh!
I remember going up to Brentwood Academy and Hazelwood from Town Creek, Alabama, was playing them up there, and I had to go cover the game for the newspaper in Florence. And you look out there when they came out, Brentwood had about 90 players. Here comes Hazelwood with about 30.
Yeah,
I'm like, good grief.
yeah. They got an army, and we got 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
Stanley, tell us about you, because listen, we have completely consumed your hour.
Well, the one thing I will mention coming up, I'm getting ready for is Medicare season. It starts October 15th, but agents are starting to get a little bit at a time new information. And I will say this, is that a lot of things are going to change this season. The companies are going to probably not have the zero premium plans as many. They'll still have some, but you'll still have some. They'll start charging premiums for stuff, and they may take away some benefits like the cards you get for food or incidentals, over-the-counter medicines and drugs, and all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see. So,
okay.
If you're turning 65, give me a call, 931-242-4495, because it could be you're getting bombarded in mail. Have you had that since you're turning 65?
Bombarded by mail and by phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've been getting AARP and AAA for 10 years now.
Yeah. I just chunk those. I just chunk them. But now the Medicare stuff, I got to start paying attention to.
yeah. Well, August 1st, you'll be on it.
I'll be on it. Sure will.
Ooh, this August,
This
like
August,
this
yeah.
week.
Yeah. I'm hitting this. I'm hitting the big 6-5.
Is it already August?
Yep.
Oh, it's the day after tomorrow.
Yeah. We're running out of month here, buddy.
Oh my goodness, I got to go.
Stanley Wilson, everybody, with Harvest Financial, and that phone number again, buddy.
931-242-4495.
All right. Well, we're going to join programming already in progress because we've leaked over a little bit. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Yeah.
Keith, I'll see you tomorrow
Yes,
at the
sir.
Quick Mart Hour, and you can come bust that up if you want to.
I may do that.
All right. We'll see you then.